The biggest honor of my political career came when the Prime Minister asked me to serve as Education Secretary in his cabinet last year. I still have to pinch myself. I arrived in this country as an 11-year-old Kurdish boy, with hardly a word of English, and now sit in one of the great departments of Whitehall as a cabinet minister. That's why I always say that this is the greatest country in the world. This country has given me everything, and it was the Conservative Party that took me under its wing. First as a young party member, then as an elected councillor in London, and now as the Member of Parliament for Shakespeare's Stratford-on-Avon and the Education Secretary in Her Majesty's government. I know that the Conservative Party is at its best when it is united and focused on delivering for the country. And in our leader, Boris Johnson, we have a Prime Minister who is a great Conservative hero. He wrestled the London mayoralty away from Red Ken, helped win the Brexit referendum, stopped Jeremy Corbyn from getting the keys to number 10 Downing Street and finally got Brexit done where others failed. We have now regained control of our destiny as an independent United Kingdom. And it's worth recapping on some of the many achievements of the last few years. In my former role, as Vaccines Minister, I worked closely with the PM as we used evidence, expertise, passion and commitment to deliver a world-leading vaccine program, going after lots of different vaccine candidates and showing boldness and determination that allowed the UK got better results than our neighbours. Our freedom to move swiftly and without constraint to get jabs into arms convinced me even more that the decision to back Brexit was the right one. Thanks to the miracle of vaccines, unemployment is back to near pre-pandemic levels, and we are the first nation to begin the transition from pandemic to endemic. And he backed me completely as I threw the kitchen sink at making sure that schools reopened after the Christmas break. Boris has got the big calls right, which is why we are able to now lift all COVID restrictions, including ditching face masks in the classroom, a personal priority for me as Education Secretary. The removal of restrictions is a huge victory for freedom and liberty. But let me absolutely clear. The reports of guidance not being followed in number 10 are deeply concerning. I know that many of you reading this column will have been angry and upset, as I was myself. While we must wait for the forthcoming investigation to detail what exactly happened, it was clear to me that the nation deserved an apology, and I was pleased to hear the Prime Minister offer one in Parliament from the dispatch box. I know how sincerely felt it was, and how seriously the PM is taking this situation. He wants answers, but his focus also remains on levelling up the country and delivering on our manifesto from the 2019 election. We are making huge progress and emerging from the nightmare of COVID with our new determination to deliver for every corner of the United Kingdom. If Labour were in power, there is every chance that we would be in a national lockdown. Keir Starmer has called for further restrictions at every step of the way, while offering no answers or no solutions. But in Boris, we have a Prime Minister who has been willing to make the tough calls, and they've paid off. Every Labour government leaves the country in a worse place than it found it, wrecking our economy and leaving office with unemployment higher than when they came to power. We need a united Conservative Party to keep them out of office. So, my message is clear: let's keep going and get on with the job at hand.